just want to say thanks to all the people that commented in one of the videos I made about trying to heat a cabin in -40. These people were the ones that brought up the cold air intake. Otherwise, I would never have done this. So thanks to you guys, and thanks to all the people and positive comments we got from that video. Anyway, let's take a look. So I picked up some supplies to do the job on the cold air intake. I've got a 3-inch aluminum flex hose, some aluminum tape, and a couple of these ring clamps. And we're going to install this cold air intake. So on that last video, I showed you the grate on the outside of the cabin and the hole that was prepped for the cold air intake. And this is it here. It's just stuffed with paper right now. There is a grate behind it, and that's what it looks like on the other side. And it is a 3-inch hole, square hole. So we're going to get this thing hooked up here. I'll show you how this goes together. I was wondering about it. We found this, and we know how it hooks up now. Took about a good 5 minutes to figure that out. But this is it here, and it sits underneath the stove like that. And I'll show you how it looks underneath the stove. And it would be easier, of course, if I could flip the stove upside down. And that's the hose. So the hose is just going to go on here. I'm going to put a couple of those clamps on it, and I'm going to attach it. So I'll take you underneath the stove and show you what's going on there for this cold air intake. So this is the air intake lever. It's got a plus here and a minus sign here. So that's closed all the way, and that's open all the way. So that's the air intake for the stove. And right now what's happening is, as we cook this thing up, and it's really cold out and in here, basically all it's doing is sucking the warm air it's produced back up through the chimney. We're going to change it up today with the cold air intake, and it looks pretty simple, so this shouldn't take long. But I'm going to get you underneath this stove here to show you how this works and how this guy hooks up. So basically that's the lever, and as we go under, you'll see the cold air intake, or the air intake hole, and that's it. So that's closed obviously and wide open. So this flange goes over that, so it just sucks that cold air that we're going to pipe out the side of the cabin. And how this guy works is there's screws, and this is the guy I'm missing right here. It's 4 screws, and I'm missing one of them, but for now I think it'll be okay until I dig one up. I actually found a small screwdriver. I couldn't believe it. I knew I had one of these, but I thought it might take me hours to find it, but I found it in 5 minutes, so I got lucky. Let's see if I can continue that streak. So the screwdriver doesn't fit, so I'm just going to use the bit here and see if I can just use raw power. And I'm loosening it off. So that's one. And I'm going to do the other 3. Like I said, I'm missing one. And I'll be right back. So I've got those 3 screws loosened up, and I'm just going to put on this clamp first before I stick this under there. All right, we got that on, and we're going to slide this guy into position. All right, so we're just going to hook these over. And that's it. I'm going to tighten those up with my stubby. All right, good to go. So here you can see, okay, there you go. Everything is tightened up. I don't know if you can see any of this stuff here, but now this guy is encased. The hole is covered with this deal. And you know what, I'm not missing a screw. I thought I was. There's 4 screws, and they're all in, and we're all good to go. It's just a square hole in here. Okay, there you go. Okay, there's the little grate. So this guy needs a little bit more off here. I'm gonna get to that. I'll be right back. I actually didn't have to touch the wood. I just mashed it in there. There was some swearing involved, so I edited that out. So I'm just going to tape that up, guys. There's no flange on it or anything. I'm going to tape it up with, I mean, anything would work, but I've got some of this aluminum tape, so that's what I'll do. I'm not really proud of this taping job. There's probably should be a flange on it, but it's going to work. It's going to suck the cold air out anyway. And I'll look into fixing that up properly after the snow. But right now, that'll work. It's not pretty, but it's going to work. I'm going to fix that up at some point for sure. And I would think this cold air intake flex hose should be insulated for sure. It's just going to be covered in frost, condensation, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to look into that and see if I can get that sorted out today or tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to do a fire today. I don't have time. I got to cut wood. There you go. It's done for now. And like I said, I'm going to look into the insulation for that pipe because it's definitely going to be covered in frost and condensation or whatever. But anyway, next time you see this thing, it should be cooking and sucking cold air. Anyway, thanks for watching.